Hello, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so very much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look into the karma of the person that's on your mind, and we're also going to see how it is that you best get revenge. This is going to be revenge in the higher vibrational aspects of things. Is this person, whoever's on your mind, pile number one? The way that they see you is that you're probably shocking them with your philosophy and the outlook it is that you have on the world right now, or have had and have shared with them. If you see me zoning out, I'm just from about here to here, I'm just mirror scrying and channeling. So I just heard that the feminine aspects of this reading, you guys are in a much more protective energy, because what I just saw was the armadillo, and that tells me that you guys are very sensitive to negativity and projections, manipulation, social interactions will drain you right now, feminines. But you're very sensitive to negativity and projections of others right now, so you've probably been feeling more like you want to get in touch with solitude, silence, reflection, observation, I want to say, and probably setting new boundaries and standards with the world around you, especially with like your relationships. There's been an adjustment or an energy of like a newness coming in. You guys could be feeling and processing this information as discomfort around the people you're around, alienation of self, noticing the very clear differences of perspectives, aims, life goals, directions, especially values. The people that you're having value clashes with, feminines, I believe you guys are going to start setting healthier boundaries, or perhaps even honoring the natural distance that gets created between you guys. I don't believe you guys should be chasing any relationships right now. But I do also see here that there has probably been a huge transformation of the way it is that you communicate with others around you, and it's shocking people most of all. I also think that people around you are seeing you as someone who is quite self-expressive. But I also see you as someone who is inquisitive and seeking knowledge, insight, wisdom, deeper meanings behind things. For the masculine energy, I just saw the hawk totem, so you guys could be wanting to get back in touch with your inner voice, your inner judgment, your better judgment. I think you guys could have been doing a lot of things recently at what could have felt like a whim. You guys were testing your limitations and freedom. If that doesn't make sense, what I'm saying here is that you guys could have been seeing how much you could do, where it is that you found yourself to be in life right now, and you've done all it is that you can do in a situation, and you guys could feel quite burnt out. So now you guys are gaining a clear perspective, because you know now you are not the problem. You don't necessarily have to be a masculine watching this, but this is someone, I'm speaking to someone who's been very active and trying to problem solve or provide foundations for positive movement forward. Pile number one. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look into the energy. If that resonated with you, there's going to be a message here for you guys today. So let's see, first of all, what is the energy between the dynamic of my viewer and the person that they have on their mind? There's a resistance. Okay, if this isn't you, this could be the person that's on your mind. We have the death card here. This is number 2 in this deck. And what I'm feeling here is that you could have moved through a resistance of wanting to move forward or past this person. I think you exhausted a lot of methods, ways, mindsets, attitudes, behaviors. You were very mindful with what you were doing in connection with the person that's on your mind. And I think this is because this person could become quite easily triggered. I don't know. Um, but I feel like you have gained a clear perspective now. Like there's nothing more that you can do. There's an inevitable ending here that has been resisted in the recent past, either by you or the person that's on your mind. And I see the challenges cutting the cords, or the codependencies to this situation, this connection. There was a lot of false dreams is what I just heard. Perhaps you guys really cared for the potential that you saw in this person that was on your mind. How does my viewer see the person that's on their mind right now? Sorry guys. You see this person as wanting to move forward and transform themselves, or needing to go through a massive transformation with birth and babies being here. You could have seen this person as really immature. This person could also abuse their sexuality. Just saying, or sensuality, I don't know, but this person needs to get back in touch with the innocence of who it is that they are, their purity, their intentions, their ideas, and take a very strong, clear pause to look and analyze at what they're doing. I don't know, perhaps you saw something coming up in the near future if they were not to listen, and perhaps you told them or warned them, yeah, about an ego death that's going to come up. You guys probably made a lot of warnings to this person. You told them to look at things much more clearly. With the landscapes and body being here, you told them to look at what it was that they were building for themselves and how easily shatterable it was, because it wasn't in clear reflection of who it is that they are authentically. Because once again, when you have someone who is energetically sensitive and can see into the cause of other people, you start to see how their potential is their higher self, or a requirement of them to then embody and integrate their higher self. So you'll find yourself always encouraging people into their best ways of being. The issue here is when there is no boundary set by you for yourself, of not over involving yourself in that personal choice of free will for the individual. Because what happens is you start to give a lot of your energy to a dead source. There is no desire there, which means it is non-existent within that person's consciousness for the time being, and that's by choice. So what I mean here is, when you see the potential in people, try to build a boundary with yourself, understanding that potential is a choice. It's not something that's set in stone, and it's not something that you can change. I mean, you can encourage it, but with boundaries. Don't overdo yourself and overgive yourself and set things up and make things easy for people to get the best possible outcome. Let them build it for themselves, because if you don't, they will destroy what you build. I think there's a sense here that you guys gave a lot to a person in particular, and they kind of didn't see the true gift of what you were giving, but they're going to. It's going to hit them during their ego death, when they see how empty things really are, because it was never made in an authentic reflection to them. So with this placement of body and landscape, I'm intuitively seeing the Tower card, which is telling me that there's going to be a crumbling to their foundations, because it's the foundation isn't very real, if you get me. Like, it's been built and constructed by the mind, rather than there being results or substantial evidence of something. That's just for some of you. Don't all of you take that. This is just for one or two of you that I'm talking to with that last little word there. Anyways, I don't want to get too much deeper into that. Let's see, how is this person that's on pile number one's mind seeing them in regards to the dynamic? Oh, they're sighing at you. They're a little bit frustrated, nervous, and I would also say a little bit I want to say they're watching you, by the way, because with this girl looking over her shoulder and then this image with the focus card being here, I feel like this person's watching you. And with this guy in the background, he's got his hand on his head, like he's either disappointed or frustrated. And that was the feelings that I was getting as I was drawing these cards. So I want to say this person is definitely watching you, but they see you as someone who is focused on doing what you said you were going to do the last time you told this person what you were going to do if they told you to leave. Some of you, this person literally told you to walk away. So you did. Or like this person literally let you walk away. Or they walked away from you without really giving a reason. But how do they see my viewer? They see you as someone who is focused on appreciating all things good that is in your life right now. And they also see you as someone who is probably redefining what you value in life, how you value yourself, what you perceive. They probably see you as someone who is releasing yourself from a lot of limitations as well, because this lady's holding a cage and there's lots of birds flying away in the background. So I feel like you guys are definitely on the path to a very bright new beginning, because this lady is in white and the rest of the background is dark and there is nothing growing within the crops. So I see you moving to a new place, starting something new. The rebirth of appreciation for self as well, and learning what it is that you can cultivate in your life. You guys are going to start to plant new seeds because you've come to the end of like a karmic cycle. This person also sees you as someone who is focused on building up your own self-esteem, your own confidence. They see that you've been beautifying yourself recently. There's something about you that's changed. For the women, for people here, you guys could have started wearing a different sort of style of dress, doing your makeup, doing your hair, getting better routined systems within yourself. I also see here that you're tapping back into like the true beauty within yourself, because there's the dragon in the background, which yes is a symbol of prosperity and luck, but it's also a symbol of self-mastery, counseling oneself. It's the part of you that is all-knowing, and you are learning to love that part of yourself again. And this is the way that this person sees you as well. They see you as still very attractive, and they see you indulging in your creative energy. I think you guys are working on doing things for yourself for once, because I think this person is seeing you as someone who caters to them all the time. You know what I'm saying? And now you're more so like seeing to yourself your own immediate needs, healing yourself, and it's probably shocking this person, but it's making them more like attracted to you. They're getting like a little bit like, oh, what are you up to? Like this wasn't part of the plan. You know what I mean? Because you're feeling better within yourself because you're starting to do more things for yourself. You're investing back in who it is that you are, and it's bothering this person. Yeah, because they see you taking leadership in your life and creating the results that you were hoping to have while you were in the relationship with this person. You're doing things that you wanted to do while you were with this person, and there was probably a lot of disagreements then over the things that you wanted to do. Yeah. But this is actually helping you to reclaim your power. You're transforming by doing all the things that you've always wanted to do but felt like you couldn't. Follow the signs and synchronicities pile, number 1, because it's guiding you. You guys your guides are very, very strong around you at this time. I would also say that they're probably very much involved in the karma that's about to take place for the person that's on your mind. So that's going to be the next part we take a look at. Let's see here what's going on, please. The karma for pile number 2's person. I just heard broken. That's That's not specific enough. I'm sorry. What's the karma for the person that's on the mind of pile number 1, please? The card that came out here was healing. It came out in reverse. That explains the broken. Okay, so this person is probably going to have to confront deep dark truths that they've carried through a very long period of their life. They know you're right about something, and they're needing to heal parts of themselves to become a better person. I think this person is already recognizing or recognized the falsities that they built up within their ego. With the environment card being here, it's saying that the lifestyle is mirroring to them the truth, and the truth is very far from what they keep deluluing into their brain. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing don't rock the boat, but there's gonna be it's a avoidant personality thing. I don't know, this person is avoidant. This is why they make up situations and things in their head, and then they either accuse you with it or they delude their perception of their life, and I don't know, carry on like nothing's happened. I don't know. It's very outside of my energy, so I can't really explain it all that well. But this person is recognizing all the things that were off, and they've also done a lot of reflection around probably what you pointed out to them, and I think that's what the whole idea of then saying you're right is about. Yeah, they've got to do a lot of personal growth, and they've recognized where and how. um, they've probably ignored themselves for a very long time. Yeah, with the pride being here, they used to probably do a lot of things to protect their pride, and now they've recognized that their pride doesn't really mean as much as love, and it doesn't really mean as much as doing the right thing. And I do believe that this person is probably going to come back and put in the effort to make things up to you, pile number 1, with 13 being here, after this person has gone through death and rebirth with themselves, bringing an end to parts of themselves that no longer resonates with the life that they are wanting to live. And that is the karma. The life that they're wanting to live is going to be a little bit harder to manifest for themselves, because they've created so many personal issues along the way without really noticing how they are self-sabotaging by running, rather than stopping and healing and listening and admitting and taking accountability. This person is kind of disappointed within themselves, and I think there is a pattern here that you guys could have been overlooking or missing, is what I just heard. Take a look at their patterns. It's got a lot to do with their patterns. They're learning how to put an end to the way that it is that they react in ways. Yeah, with the completion card coming out here, this person has an egoic attachment to like their persona or their image, their social status. This person could be quite well known or like popular. This could even be popular on like social media, for example, and quite popular at work. It's because this person's perception and their charisma and their perseverance in life. This person does a lot to try and probably stay positive, even though behind closed doors they know that they are not well. They are sick. They are not well. Nature in reverse. They've got a lot of things going on inside, but have no worry. There is happy ending here. If you guys are wanting to work things out, you're being called to surrender to the natural process of what's going on here. Take action as action is required of you in the most appropriate way, and trust within your creativity. Trust within the way it is that you problem solve, or what's the word? I forget what the word is, but it's like, I don't know, you're really good at creating solutions out of nothing, or like creating a way from nothing. When there was no way, you laid down the path for yourself. It's like you've also got a gift that helps you to learn. It gets you through cycles a lot quicker than what most other people would, because you're very attentive and you're very present within the moment, so you can see opportunities where other people don't. And you're also very resourceful. That's the word I'm looking for. You guys are resourceful. You can do a lot with one thing. And I think you guys have a talent that's going to be coming up. Yeah, we have domestic harmony and we have abundance. Please know that now is probably a time to focus in on how it is that you want to be seen, especially in regards to like your communication skills. I think you guys are starting to open yourself up and free yourself from past time limitations behind holding yourself back, and you're learning to allow love back in. For quite some time, I think you have been quite defensive to love, which could have hurt or damaged the way it was that you were intimate with people. And I think at this time of your journey, you guys are starting to learn how to be mentally intimate, which can be quite a vulnerable process. And this person is as well. This person is learning how to discipline themselves. Funny. Self discipline. Yeah. Discipline themselves. Yeah, I don't know. I keep hearing, I've noticed my weaknesses now. And this person has set out on an adventure to self discover and see new methods of how it is that they can self discipline, but also learn to love in general, not just themselves, but to love. Like they have an issue with love, their relationship and their perspective of love is very, very damaged right now, and that's what they're healing in order to come back to you and love you better, to love themselves better, to love their life better. And that's only for those of you who are open to this person coming back. That is going to be your karma. For those of you who are closed off to the return of the person that's on your mind, what is the karma for the person? There will be a cease of communication and this person is going to be left waiting. That's the karma. This person will be quite bothered by that because, I don't know, they depend on you in some way. This could be someone who was taking advantage of your abundance or your money, pile number one. And perhaps that's why this person has kind of like a panicky energy, because, I don't know, I'm also getting that this person had a really bad attitude. They copied you a lot, by the way. They got close to you to learn who you are and what you are and how you work. They're studying you. Pile number one, intuition. I think you already know this. This person was impersonating you. And they put a lot of effort into it, but it drained them. With the red Maracaba being in the background here, this is telling me that they put a lot of effort into imitating you or like mocking your personality, trying to be just like you, study you. It damaged their relationship with themselves as well, and they don't know who they are anymore. They really don't. They're going through a self-identity crisis, and it's a cycle. It's not just like oh shit, I actually don't know who I am because I've been pretending to be someone that I'm not for so long, I forgot. And so this person is going to have to go through a death and rebirth to rediscover themselves, really. What is the karma for the person that's on the mind of pile number one? That doesn't want to get close with the person that's on their mind anymore. Thanks. Teaching and learning. You guys are going to learn from this situation. That's your karma. You're learning what sorts of people you don't resonate with, what sort of situations you don't want to deal with anymore. And I think you want to bring an end to a cycle. Yeah, to a cycle of attraction within people. I also think that you guys are going to be putting an end to how it is that you give and receive love, information. This person drained you a lot. I think you've learned why privacy also requires self-respect. because that helps you to determine what sorts of parts of yourself or what sorts of information is safe to share with what sorts of people. And this is something that you've learned really well from this relationship or from this dynamic within the connection. I also think for their karma, they're going to continuously play this situation over in their mind for a very, very long time. They're not going to really be able to surrender to the situation. And it's going to kind of haunt them a little bit for quite a little bit of time. It wouldn't surprise me. This is a connection that's influenced their understanding of themselves a lot, and it's stressing them. They have a very poor relationship with their own emotions right now and with their own roots. Like, when I say their roots, that means their sense of belonging. I think they've had hard-hitting reality checks recently, and it's just continuously one after the other after the other. But I do see this person crawling back to you and still saying sorry. Like, I literally saw someone crawling through a door on the ground, like gripping the ground and dragging themselves in and being like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know what was going to be out there waiting for me when I made the dumb choices that I made. And it was all because I was impulsive. I didn't think. I was thinking short term. I wasn't thinking long term, and I made very big mistakes because of it. And they're gonna probably give you the boo-hoos. And really, ultimately, pile number one, it's gonna be up to you what you guys do. So I just want to take one more look into this aspect before I move on to how it is that you guys are getting revenge. Ultimate karma for the person that's on pile number one's mind. You guys are walking away. I believe you guys, for some of you, okay? There's like half of you here. Those of you that don't want to get back with this person, you guys are walking away, and that's the greatest karma of all. I think you brought an end to a very deep connection that was very devoted. And it's shocked this person. It's very hard-hitting. For those of you that want this person back or want to heal the connection with the person that's on your mind, I see you guys coming back into union. I see you guys being fair and affection being returned as well as given. You know what I'm saying here? But yeah, this person is watching you. Yeah. They see you repairing the foundation already, and this is what's inspiring them. So I just heard get ready, because they're going to come back in very, very quickly, especially after a time of backstab. This person knows that they effed up, and they're very sorry. I can tell you that. I can assure you that, because they're terrified. They're frightened. They're frightened to come back. They've had a very sudden change within their perspective, within their understanding, and they've had epiphanies, or like, I don't know, forms of realizations that shocked them to the core. They're going to tell you about this, and just be careful of love bombing. Pile number one, be careful of love bombing. Because it could damage your path to liberation from all the pain and the cycles that you don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? You guys will know. It's really entirely up to you. I didn't really expect that to go that way, but let's go ahead and see how it is that you can best align to revenge, if you want to put it that way. How is it that you best get revenge? Pile number one. Maybe you guys best get revenge by strategy. You're very analytical, and you're very much in your head. But at the same time, you guys think of plans and you make goals, strategies. You're very practical and you're very analytical. So you take a look at what you can do with the situations that you are in, and you're very good at evolving better things out of what you have. I do feel here though, anxieties come out clarifying the thinking man. So people see what changes you make, and it shocks them. Like, it makes them think very differently about themselves and their situation or the dynamic with you. This is just in general. I do think you guys get very anxious with yourself, and your anxiety could come from a place of self-doubt, which will affect your confidence. You'll think it's for my feminines, I feel like you guys are very overly critical of your appearances. For the masculine viewers, I believe it's to do with the quality of character. For some of you, it could even be both. But when you start focusing on these things, you're being called to ask yourself how you can move outside of that thinking pattern. When you get negative thoughts, especially a negative monologue, I would dare you to challenge that monologue by counteractive thought. So you become the challenger of your challenge, and you start to be able to correct the patterns that way. So say for example, I don't know, one day you wake up and you're like, I feel shit about myself. Catch yourself out and be like, actually no, I don't. I don't feel the best right now, but let's see what we can do to make our mood and how we're feeling better. Ask yourself what you need, and then tell yourself that you look beautiful, you are bright, you are ready for a great day. You're going to achieve everything it is that you set your mind to and more, and you're going to feel very well achieved by the end of the day. You're going to feel like you've accomplished everything that you needed to, and you're going to start to affirm things to yourself. The power of affirmation, pile number one, is that the more you think it, the more you believe it, the more you feel it, the more you enact in it. That is the power of affirmation. That is alignment. This is another way that you get revenge on other people. You become very focused at what it is that you are wanting for yourself, and you pretty much 9 times out of 10 get it, especially if it's right for you. So you speak about your healing as well. You speak about the goodness that came out of the bad, and this is another way that you get revenge on people with the 5th chakra and the broken heart in reverse. You teach other people how to heal through heartbreak as well, and this is a way that you get revenge, because you heal yourself and empower yourself, because you see the goodness that came out of the bad suffering, the hurt, the betrayals of the past, and it shocks people outside of you, quite literally. You never fully, completely shut people out either. I believe that you just create better boundaries. You know who not to get closer to, and you protect the best of you in this way. The boundaries you set is a form of revenge. It's because it leads you to victory. And that's your greatest revenge of all. When you are indecisive about things, you take time out and have the patience to make the best choice possible in your situations. When things don't make sense, you allow life to unfold and reveal the sense to you. Pile number one. So those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry if I was a little bit rusty. I haven't done this for a little while, but with all that being said, until next time. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at how it is that you've been recently shocking people. That was the reading that came out for you guys. So this is going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and see what's coming through. Lots of people are gossiping about you. People are talking about you when you walk out the room. You've been feeling it too, is what I just heard. There's people here who think you're really cute, by the way. Right, let's see. How are you guys shocking people right now? We have action, number 17. We have the sun, and then we have... What do we have? We have storm warning. Interesting. You guys are shocking people because you guys are changing your attitudes, your life situations, and you guys are sticking to what you say. You're only saying what you mean, and you mean what you say, and it's shocking people. Like, damn. There are people here who are like, oh, yep. Yep. And I think you guys are quite sensitive to doubt from other people. So my the input that I'm feeling coming from the energy here is be careful what you share. Keep your ideas and your plans to yourself. It will protect it from other people's interjection, or like energy projection, evil eye, which comes from negative focus of other people. Yeah. There are people who really care about you, pile number 2. Like, why is it important? Do you not feel cared for? I don't know. Perhaps you felt like you didn't have enough people around you that could help you, so you became your own hero, is what I just heard, and it's shocking people as well. There's also an idea that you guys have had that you guys are pursuing, and the way that you're pursuing it may not appear to be the way that you intuited it. So you guys are having an awakening that there is a need for a readjustment of intention, and it needs to come from a place of purity, and then you'll see the storm will come. That is so cryptic. You guys will get it. You guys are intuits yourself, so I believe it will speak to you all differently, which may be why it came through cryptic. But yeah, the way you're shocking people. People see you as really happy, really bright, and really positive. People see you doing what you said you were going to, but you're doing it in balance, and you're doing it from a place of self-encouragement, growth, independence, empowerment. I would also say that you guys have done a lot of inner work to gain self-awareness and master your capabilities or abilities at this time, or you guys are wanting to set out on a journey to master your capabilities, your talents, and your skill sets, and this is what's creating like a great awakening for you guys. Okay. Funny that, because I was hearing the love that you guys have input into it. We have the woman holding in heart, and also the 4th chakra, which is the heart chakra. You're shocking people because you're recreating yourself and what it is that you do. Especially if you're like into art, anything it is that you're doing right now, you're doing it authentically, which means it's coming from the heart. It's coming from your soul, who it is that you are, your core self. And it's shocking people. The power of your love is incredible to people around you, and it grows and transforms people outside of you. There are people outside of you who see you as a hero, quite literally, pile number 2, and you don't even know that. Quite literally. I'm not even lying. Yeah, you point people into directions of self-fulfillment and cornucopia, which is like them being able to recreate their authentic life that complements who it is that they are around them. But you do it in ways that are pure and that are innocent, usually. No, you just do. You do that. You do that. And that's why you create such powerful changes outside of you, because everything you do it. And you do it from a very real place. And it's shocking people. So let's go ahead and see what people outside of you are saying about you. People talking about the changes that you've made and the positive results that are going to come from it. People are seeing how much you have grown, but you're not feeling it yet, because you guys are still feeling like you're outside of your own inner depth. This is what people are saying about you. Some of you guys, people are saying that you're releasing like a situation that happened in the past that left you feeling abandoned. But know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming forward for you. People outside of you are seeing the opportunities happening behind the scenes that are getting ready to present themselves, and they see the hard work that you've done and how independent you have become, how self-reliant you are. You guys have learned a lot about the depth of your emotions over this past life cycle, and people see that. They also see how you guys have worked to become mentally flexible and adaptable to your life and life circumstances. You've learned a lot about yourself and how to bring your best self to the forefront in circumstances that don't necessarily support your best version of self. And this is something else that is shocking people and that they're talking about when it comes to you. I think they also see you as someone who even though you've got so much going on, you're still handling things so well. Like, your head is above water, is what I just heard from this card being here. Alice in the Sea of Tears. You have the dragonfly, mermaid, and then you also have the phoenix of the waning moon. Waning? Why does it sound wrong to me? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Alright, what are people saying about those who have chosen pile number 2, please? Magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. You're not selfish. You're very selfless. And because of all the good things that you have been putting out into the world, even though you guys have been suffering within, or even though you've been giving out so much to the world, though you felt like your world has been emptying. Like, emptying. That's the feeling. I don't know the best word for that. People see you still doing your best and still trying, and as a result, people are also wanting to help you. You're also going to see things come back to life that you have forgot about that are going to bless you as well. I think you have protect your dreams here. So yeah, there's something that you guys had given up on in the past that people still see through you as a gift. You guys are going to revisit it. It's going to become much more important to your focuses over the next 33 months. 30 days to 3 months. You guys are going to be expanding in your talent. Yeah, and you guys are going to get synchronicities that will lead you towards opportunities. It will subtly encourage you. The universe is literally like talking to you through other people as well. So the compliments you get, especially about what you're capable of doing, please listen to them because they're holding clues that are going to help you. Yeah. So look out for miracles because they're coming, pile number 2. You just don't see them yet because you're so focused on kind of getting through the day and out of a shit situation is what I'm hearing here. You have manifestation, whatever it is that you've been working on, you've been very honest and clear with, which is why it's going to be successful and come about not too long from now. Yeah, when you are waiting from now moving into the future until your manifest comes to be, take time out to appreciate yourself and how much you've achieved on your way towards your manifestation. This will actually power what you are doing and give you the vitality back that you need, and the motivation, the encouragement, the inspiration, the passion that you need to keep going. Perhaps you felt like your batteries were running. Yeah, perhaps you felt like your energy was being like drained from you. And it was. Quite literally, because the protection card just came out. It was. So you're being called to just be careful what you share and who you share it with. Allow your results to speak for you. And if you've been doing that already, I do see that as being a possibility here with the action card, but also the sun and the storm. It's saying, you know, keep being your hero, keep providing for yourself, or keep learning what you need to do to provide for yourself and get you where you need to go, but also appreciate the journey along the way. It will serve very helpful later. I think you're attracting in a lot of attention over this next 30 to 60 days in particular as well. So, but there's a message here to believe in magic, and not the manipulation kind, the natural universal kind. What we call miracles. You're going to see a huge shift come to be because of your dedication and your devotion to doing the right thing, even when you haven't felt like things were right for you. This is going to be a karmic return for you. So all it is that you've been striving toward is going to come to be over these next 30 to 60 years. And I just heard you're very lucky. You're going to feel lucky by the end of these next few months. Awesome. Love that. It's going to be different for each of you, so I can't really give you complete specifics without it being a personal reading, but I hope that's clear enough. What it is that has been most important to you that you've been working on recently is going to come to be, whether that is something like simply feeling happy in the midst of chaos, or fulfilling your work goals, getting a promotion. I see actually that some of you guys are going to learn a new talent that's going to attract in money. It's a talent that you've always had, but you never really saw the true like blessing of, and you're going to start to expand that, and it's going to turn into a career, just so you know, especially if it's got something to do with art, carving, clay modeling, painting, musicians. And also, those of you who love animals and work with animals, I see you guys going really far talking and educating. I don't know how that would work. Do you guys talk about animals online? Someone here does. But that's going to go really far for you if it hasn't already. That could even be your career. Anyway, sorry guys. Let's see here. Additional messages for pile number 2. How are they shocking their social circles? You guys are winning, and people see you winning before you see yourself winning. So I don't know, people are actually rooting for you, by the way. We have indecision and also the thinking woman. I think you know you're good at quite a lot of different things, and this is why you can't put your finger on what I'm talking about right now, but it's going to be revealed to you through what other people are highlighting outside of you over these next 30 days. So it's just important that you're present, and this will take away the indecision, because the thing is here, from what I see here, is there's a conflict of how to move forward because you don't know what to move forward with first. Lead with what is most important with you, and then the rest will come naturally the more that you become mastered in what you are leading in. Does this make sense? So for example, it's like if you learn how to master, I don't know, Oracle, you eventually learn how to, well, through Oracle, it can lead you to the same principles and values of tarot. If you learn tarot, you're going to learn astrology naturally, because tarot is linked to astrology, numerology, which then links you to math and English. You know, there's so much to things that I think, I don't know how to explain it. There's something that you're good at that's going to lead into an expansion. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find that while you were learning one focus that you've had your focus on forever, it's teaching you about other subcategory focuses without you really realizing it right now. And you're only going to realize it once you're finished really mastering what you're walking down right now. And when I say mastering that, I mean mastering the version of you that's walking the path that you're walking. Once you do that, you're going to see how your other interests can be included in what you are doing that will expand you into a whole new arena. Does that make sense? It will be a whole new creation of your own. That's where I was trying to go. I'm just terribly explaining this right now, but I hope it makes sense. This is going to be a part of your blessings as well, and it's shocking people around you. When you are faced with indecision, you always end up coming out on top, and this is another thing that kind of pisses people off because they can't pull that off. You know, there's like haters because it ain't me, your sort of energy. But there's also a lot of people who are cheering you on. Okay, additional messages for those who are viewing pile number 2 before I end the reading. You guys are on a path towards personal happiness and healing. So if you don't feel fulfilled right now, you're about to. Especially in the next 3 to 4 weeks. You're going to be able to expect money coming in, or at least a sense of security within inside of yourself and the path that you're on and the choices that you're making. Business opportunities and manifestation abilities. So be very intentional with the relationship you're sharing with your monologue. What you tell yourself is what you'll believe. What you believe is what you'll do, and what you do is what you feel, and all the rest of it. It's not in the correct order, but you get what I'm saying. You're starting to see the patterns of a lot of things. It's giving you really deep insight. So, yeah, when you feel all tied up, start to learn from what's going on around you, and you'll untie yourself because you'll give yourself the information you need to feel confident to move past any limitations you might be feeling, or comfort zones that you might feel hold you back. And this is how you're shocking yourself. Very good at learning things through observational listening, and it opens up doors for you, pal. Number 2, so walk away from those who are not good for you within your social circles. Stay away from the gossip as well. It's not good for your energy, and it's nothing that you need to concern yourself with if you know that there are people who are talking about you. These people aren't talking maliciously. It's more out of envy of your character, and who you are and what you're building and what you're doing. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and with all that being said, until next time. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you guys stand out, or what it is that people are noticing about you that you guys are not noticing. So let's see, what energies are we going with today? We're going to be using this deck here. It's a little bit damaged, but it's okay. The energy's still amazing. Now, what I just heard was that you guys are really loyal. You guys have self-respect, and that's what makes you guys stand out. I mean, you might not see it as self-respect, but other people do, and as a result they respect you, is what I just heard. I also heard that people think you guys are really clever. You guys are very intelligent. You have a very broad and open mind, so you're open to all different sorts of insights and wisdoms. What makes pile number 3 stand out to the world around them, please, guides, guardians, and universe? I just heard there are people who are really proud for you. I think you've done a lot of work on yourself as an individual. I mean, well, everyone does a lot of work on themselves in their lifetime. It's inevitable, but this is intentional work on yourself. You guys have had to do a lot of shadow work. And this is something that helps you to stand out because it keeps you open to a lot of other different types of people, to who you identify yourself to be now. You've been very, very consistent, I want to say. And something that makes you stand out is that you're very fair. You're very generous as well, with the 6 of Pentacles being here. You tend to work in a very fair and unbiased way. You don't really like to judge people. And I think that's beautiful for one, and it does set you up for really good karma, but it's got nothing to do with that really. It's more like people see good things come from you, which means they all see and believe that you deserve good things to return to you. So people try to meet you in their best versions of self when they come across you. A thing that makes you stand out as well is that you, when you're winning, everyone around you is winning. It's like you're a good luck charm to a lot of people. And people love having you on their side, with the Wheel of Fortune and also the Chariot being here. I'll show you the cards, guys. The imagery is really beautiful. But yeah, people see you as very victorious as well. When you set your mind to something, you're very good at going after it to then get it. You're very disciplined as well, and in your intellect. You know, that's why people that's why your intellect makes you stand out, because you are street smart as well as academically smart, business smart, people smart. You know what I'm saying? You have a different varied understandings of intellect, emotionally smart, and you're very empathic. You know the impact it is that you can create on people. You're very good at creating a way when there is no way, which is funny because I said this for another pile, so you guys could have come from that, but if not, it doesn't really matter. You guys are also very good at supporting people through very challenging situations in their lives because of your perspective. You're open-minded and you think of situations in multiples of ways. With the King of Pentacles being here, yeah, you're a provider and seen as someone who has a lot of structure. You're seen as someone who's very successful in what it is that you do, and you're very fair. With the Justice card coming out here, people respect you a lot and they love you a lot. You stand out simply for you being yourself. With the King of Pentacles being here, what you focus in on, what you do, what you create, what you've got from what you've done and had to go through is incredible to people outside of you. And I need you to really, really feel that when I say it's incredible what you've done. Yeah, I don't know. I think you guys keep a lot of secrets about how much you've had to go through to get to where it is that you are. You are very sensitive as an individual, and this could quite literally mean emotionally sensitive, but I don't think that is the case. And if it is, it's emotionally sensitive to the energy of other people. You would find yourself aligning with other people's emotions, thought processes, desires, expressions really, really well. Or you would find yourself being able to read these things very well about other people, and it shocks people. It makes you stand out as well. People find you very mysterious, or at least that's the energy you give in your auric field, and it draws people in. You're very magnetic. You're very, very good at, you're very intelligent. Like, I'm seeing that there's a crow here. Here's that, or it's a raven. But the thing about crows is that they're really good at learning and watching and getting what they want as well. You guys could have prophetic abilities, what shocks people too. But there's for some of you, you know, this is where you guys could have a little bit of an internal conflict with yourself, and you over heavily weigh on it a lot. I want to say it's something that you're healing or have been wanting to heal, but you tussle between what is intuition and what is your fear. Because something that I found helped me, pile number 3, was that intuition is always progressive. It always gives reason and it always gives a solution. It will highlight the deeper realities of what you're focusing on, but then it will also highlight the root issue and how to solve it. Fear does not give you solution. It gives you creations of imagination of what to look out for. Fear prevents you from growth, and it prevents you from also dying. So it's not a bad thing. You know, it prevents you from having to go through things that you really don't want to go through. So it's not a bad thing, but it's more like, yeah, you guys are just learning the differences between the umbrella term of fear, which is doubt, which is rejection of truth, authenticity. You know, I know you know, because of how well developed within your self-awareness you are from what I see here. You live very intentionally, and it makes you stand out a lot, and it shocks people also. You don't need to get revenge, because quite literally karma works in your favor with the Justice card being here always, because you're always working in your best version of self when you can, to the best of your ability. I just heard, damn. Like, people are shocked by you. You change people's perspective of humankind a lot. You bring out the best in people, pile number 3. And I don't think you know that. I think you feel guilty about something. You don't need to. No, with the 6 of Cups. Yeah, you guys reminisce on the past a lot in ways that hurt you. But I think you do this to keep you grounded and to keep you real of the conflicts that could be if you reverted back to your past ways of living or being. Anyways, yeah, sorry. I sunk into like a deep hole within myself for a second there. Anyway. For pile number 3, what is it that they need to know about themselves? that you are seen as someone who is very, very respected. You guys, for the men watching, you guys are divine masculine beings. You're acknowledged as that, especially within the spiritual realms, the multi-dimensional realms. You're seen as someone who is like a leader, with the emperor clarifying the hierophant, and you're also like a teacher or someone who has higher knowledge, or you are someone who could even work for the justice system. You believe in what is fair and what is righteous and what is just right for people. So people don't want to get on the wrong side of you, so they do act in their best behavior when they come across you or in your presence, because they believe you deserve that part of them, and they also don't want to feel the letdown that they have when they don't follow through with what they tell you they are or what they're going to do. Does that make sense? People also see you as someone who has great self-discipline and someone who has really overcome all odds, really. I think you guys could be people who have gone through near-death experiences, could have overcome really bad addictions, could have come from really toxic environments or very toxic settings. And you changed your whole life around. It's like you guys came out on top of something that was supposed to end you, really, or it felt that way from your guys' perspective, and it didn't. And as a result, you became a better person because you wanted to, and now you teach people, or at least you're a living example of how to be better, do better, live better. There's not a lot like you in the world. Pile number 3. Those are the messages I have for you today. Very short. But that's what really makes you stand out. You're very attractive to people at the time, by the way. Lady feminines. You're very, very attractive. You stand out naturally because of your beauty. Sorry, I forgot to include the feminine energy. Also your devotion to what is right, and also your devotion to imprinting positivity on people outside of you. People feel as though you have a greater presence here in the world around you, and that's what kind of stands out about you. Your talents, your skill sets, your voice, your personality, characteristics, your discipline over your state of mind, and also the many different ways you see life through different ways of thinking. I also want to say, for all of you guys, you break free of a lot of limitations that box people in, and you proved a very popular stereotype or assumption or a shared understanding to people that, I don't know, what they thought they knew was wrong. And I think this stands out about you a lot. Your presence in general, like, commands respect, and people they do respect you, just so you know. You have a lot of wisdom that would help see a lot of other people through the dark pile number 3, and there's something else you don't know about yourself that Spirit wants you to know. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope this has come positive service, and with all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So when I asked Spirit what reading you guys needed to hear, the message that came through wasn't a particular one. It was more like messages from Spirit in general. And what I heard was the song Saturn by SZA. Which tells me that you guys could have had a little bit of a negative mindset recently around money, career, life circumstance, or your guys' relationships. You guys could have had some fears or worries as well. And I think a big warning that's here from Spirit is that your life circumstance or your position in life can dramatically change with the shift of the way you think. But let's just see here. What's here, please? Guides, guardians, universe, energies, and service of the highest and greatest good of those who are viewing pile number 4. What is it that they need to know, please, at this current time? Oh, hell. I want to read this out to you guys. So the two cards that came out here was the Five of Autumn and also the Four of Autumn. This is the Manatee. This talks about focusing on negative thought patterns. Let me read it to you. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to start your own business or become self-employed. Then you have the Four of Autumn. This says, be cautious about living life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls to keep people out. Like I was saying, I believe this is a situation where you guys are letting go of concerns that are not, well, it's more like they're counterproductive to what it is that you're wanting to feel, what you're wanting to achieve, and where it is that you're wanting to go. I think there's advice here that you are compassionate with yourself and that you embrace playful energy more, because if you look at the squirrel, it spends a lot of time working and collecting things. It spends a lot of time focusing on the survival in life. And when we focus too much on the heaviness of life, life becomes heavy. So the counter advice that's here is to open yourself up to compassion and playful energy. Open yourself up to receiving love and feeling love from people around you as well. I think, especially if you have children, like a family you guys are providing for, this is saying that spend more time with your people, spend more time with your loved ones. It will help you to relax and release your focuses on your concerns or fears. Being present in the moment will help you to tap into your what I heard was precious compassion. And it will give yourself a break. Like, I think you guys have been very self-sufficient recently, very independent, and going and charging after a lot of your goals. And you have been achieving a lot, you really have. But it's like perhaps you are still unsatisfied with where it is that you're at right now, and you believe working harder or working more will get you to where you want to go. This is a maturity process of your pathway. Please move with the motion. Speeding and getting as many things done as possible sometimes helps, but I don't believe that this is what is going to help you at your current point in your life, upon your path, especially if you felt frustrated with your progress. Your progress might have felt halted, but that's only temporary. Please know that all forms of your path are temporary, which is not a bad thing. This is a time where you guys are supposed to be giving yourself more space and more time to experience things that are outside of the main focuses you've had in money and career or practical matters. Okay. So what is Spirit highlighting is most important for those who are viewing pile number 4 at this time? You guys are going to get what it is that you want with the Sun card coming out here. This says that whatever it is that you've been working on and have been putting a lot of your effort into, nothing's wrong. Nothing's going to go wrong. But this is saying, you know, to be happy, we need to choose happiness where we are now. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if we get what we think we want, we still won't be happy then either. We got to get in touch with the inner parts of ourselves that we feel as though have been at a struggle recently, and ask those parts of ourselves what it is that they need to then transition into happiness. And a lot of it will be methods of how it is that you're working with yourself. So as advice with the Sun coming out in this placement, it's saying ask yourself what you need to be happy and follow that. Bring balance to the different areas of your life where your focus needs to be, rather than putting all of your focus into one area, because it's draining and it's robbing you of the beauty that's available to you outside of just what you've been working and completely focused on, if that makes sense. So we have the 7 of Summer. This is the Maine Coon, kittens. This says that there's something that you guys have been procrastinating on in a different area of your life, and it's time to kind of take action. And again, children are coming up here. If you have kids, this is saying spend time with your kids, make your kids a priority. It will help to heal you. Keeping love around you is really, really important for you. And I don't know, was there a loss of love in your life? Or had you felt as though you were quite alone? Just know that there are happier times ahead, and that's an unexpected blessing that's coming in. But yeah, you're being called to focus more on play, things that energize you innocently without self-destruction, because there are some patterns I think you have been learning to overcome that has been a little bit destructive for your path. So yeah, I think you've noticed that there are things that you are having to deal with recently that isn't ideal, it doesn't make you happy, and isn't really a priority to you. So this card says, with the Five of Winter, focus on what makes you happy and know that you can change the outcomes of your path based on the choices that you make and the investments that you put in. This is also saying have compassion and stand in your integrity. When you act in your integrity, you will receive integrity back. This is also a warning that in the future, you will get back what you put out, with the Justice card just coming out here as well. It fell out of the deck while I was putting it down. So it's saying you'll get what's fair, and what there's a very karmatic time for you guys over this next 30 days. You'll see a lot of people reaping what they deserve, and I believe, this is the same for you too. So what kind of justice is coming in for those who are viewing pile number 4 at this time? We have the World in reverse. Something that you thought was over is going to come back around. And I just want you to say, funny, sorry. I just want to say that your most profitable career will come from what it is that you naturally enjoy, because what you enjoy no longer becomes work. It's something that you enjoy. So this is saying perhaps you've even had a change of heart to do with your priorities within your career, and another idea is going to pop back up that could lead you down a new project pathway, which will bring in a lot more profitable results, was what I just heard here. For others of you, I believe that you guys are going to find yourself getting closure. For some of you as well, like if you've been holding on to a situation that was lacking clarity, you guys are going to get closure. You guys that were hoping for, this is an unexpected blessing that will help you to move forward, or at least make plans. You guys could have felt halted, and it has been affecting every area of your life. There is some of you guys that need to speak out and be honest about what it is that you've been dealing with, what it is that you are desiring, what it is that you've been feeling, and also take accountability over what it is that you have been projecting in the past and now, and what it is that you can do to take control over that narrative and rewrite it as your own based on how you choose to move forward. Everything is repairable, is what I just heard, but it's determined by what you choose to do from here on out, is what I just heard. I don't know what that means. So the Kiwi, your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, and receive a grant or a scholarship in return for heaven's blessings. Be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time and money to reputable charities. Sorry, I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me. Okay, Spirit. So what's hidden from those who are viewing pile number 4 right now? What's hidden from you guys? We have Ship and Poker Face, taking a chance on cutting ties. You guys are going to move forward from something that you felt as though was a dead end, or you guys are not going to really be telling people what you are working on, and instead you are going to be open to the opportunities that are going to come forward for you, and you guys are probably going to take the risk which will lead you into a new direction from where it was that you were once moving. I don't know what that means, but just know that you guys are going to arrive to a destination that you guys had hoped to be on, and you guys are going to be healing old heartbreak by making healthy choices now. This could be healing old heartbreak for yourself and others, by the way, just so you know, pile number 4. So what else is hidden from those who are viewing this pile? Heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, and a breakup. What's this about, please, for those who are viewing this reading? Oh, okay. You guys are also going to be healing your own relationship with yourself. You guys have a self-sabotaging pattern that you take on, and it leaves you in despair. Perhaps there could have been a mistake that was made in a relationship due to your frustrations and not knowing how to communicate them well. And you might have projected them, which wounded the person that is on your mind right now. And it could have led to a breakup, which has left you feeling sad and hurt, or feeling like you're not good enough. But know that over this next 30 days, you guys are going to learn how to let go of karmic wounds. You could have felt like you were in competition with someone as well, and that had you on edge and like mental turmoil as well. But you guys are learning to let that go, and you're looking, it's like you guys are looking back into the past version of yourself and missing who you were, which is what you're wanting to get back to, is you're wanting to come home to yourself, quite literally, with the key on a ring coming out here and passion. Yeah, so you guys are wanting to come back to the home of yourself, get back in touch with yourself and learn more about you, what you need, self-love, self-care, and building yourself back up. Yeah. Another unexpected blessing is over the next 30 days, you guys are going to get back in touch with your self-appreciation of how it is that you look, like your attraction. You guys will start to feel more fun energy within yourself as well, like flirtation. You guys could start to open back up to the world outside of you after being closed off from relationships or intermingling. I also see here that you guys are going to learn from your past relationships of what works, what doesn't. You're also learning from what worked and what didn't work through your choices of what you chose to do. So what can they expect as a result of this? Huge changes that will lead you to reasons for celebration. Changes of relationship dynamics as well. I also think that you guys are going to meet a lot of new surprises. It's going to lead you to a lot of happy times that will help you to build happy memories, really. Living in the moment will transform you forever. That's what I just heard. Okay. So what is the self-understanding? What is the divination? And what is the healing insight for them? So your healing insight is the magician. Your divination is the happy family. Everything's going to work out perfectly fine. What you put out is what you're going to get back, pretty much. Especially in love or in a family dynamic. If you felt as though things were going wrong, you guys do have the power to heal it, to fix it, to correct it or redirect it. It's more about you getting in touch with what it is that you're wanting to build, and then being open and honest about that, and investing what is appropriate to get the best possible outcome for everyone involved. This is where your focus is at, and I see you guys fulfilling that, and that's probably the greatest blessing over these next 30 days of all. Any stress is going to drop away from your family. Any concerns you've had of your children is going to settle. You're going to start to see positive results from how much work you put in and you invest, and you're doing things in pure ways and with positive intent, and that's what's getting you ahead most of all. those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. As I looked down, I saw 1616. That might have a numerology or angel number message for you guys to look into if you wish to. But I see here what it means for you guys in particular is that you guys are going to be making the right actions independently to create harmony and balance and restore hope and healing. But yes, those are messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. With all that being said, until next time.